BACnet supports two types of trend logs: regular trend logs that only support a single property, and trend log multiples, which can support several properties. They are otherwise virtually identical, so we'll create a trend log multiple for this demonstration. Just right-click the device and select Create Object. Make sure Trend Log Multiple is selected, then enter an appropriate name. And then click the new device in the tree to open it. The first thing we need to do is go to the Properties tab and then select Trace Settings. Delete the placeholder property, and then drag the objects or properties we want to trend into the trace editor. Note that if any properties are added or removed later, it will cause all stored trend data to be erased. Next, we need to set the log interval. The default is 1 hour. This is specified in hundredths of seconds, so let's use 6,000 or 1-minute intervals. And finally, we need to make sure that the trend is enabled. We should have our first reading when the minute changes, so let's take this time to go over the other properties. The status flags will show any abnormal status. Empty brackets is normal. If there is a problem, the reason should be shown in the reliability property. The description can be any descriptive text you wish. While the object name is the name that is displayed in the tree and at the top of the trend log screen. The buffer size is the maximum number of records you want the trend log to store. It can be between 256 and 46,080. The record count is how many records it currently has stored. It looks like we have 3 records now. The trace settings can be edited without disturbing the stored data, as long as the properties in the list are not changed. The trace style, graph scale, and trace color can be freely changed at any time. We'll see what these do a little later. Note that these options will only be available on trend logs that reside in the Backtracks BT-1, since they are a proprietary feature. As we've seen, the Enable flag is used to enable record collection. The logging type tells it how to collect data. The Backtracks BT-1 currently only supports pulled or triggered. The log interval is how often to collect data, specified in hundredths of seconds. If align intervals is true, it will take readings at rounded intervals. With hourly readings, it will take readings at the top of the hour. If false, it will take readings every 60 minutes, starting from when the trend log is enabled. Interval offset can be used to offset the record collection. With hourly readings, 60,000 here would take readings at 10 minutes past the hour. If the start time is set, it will wait until this time to start collecting records. If the stop time is set, it will stop collecting records at that time. And if stop when full is true, it will stop collecting records once the record count reaches the buffer size, as specified above. It looks like we have 4 records now, and a 5th coming in a few seconds. Let's go take a look. It looks like we have 3 data readings and 2 status messages. Status messages count as a record and are there to inform you when the log is enabled or disabled, when any errors are encountered, or if the log is interrupted, such as when the unit is rebooted. Now let's look at some of the features of the chart itself. Hovering the mouse over graph traces will display the time, property name, and value of the property at that time. Individual traces can be hidden by clicking them in the legend below the graph. To select a starting time to view, use the time selector. Many common choices are available, as well as a custom option where a date and time can be specified. The graph defaults to displaying 36 log entries, but this can be changed by clicking the record count selector. The count can be set to any value between 12 and 1,440. To page through the records, use the Next and Previous buttons. The Start and End buttons can be used to go to the oldest and the newest records. To print or save an image of the currently displayed graph, use the menu in the upper right. To zoom in on a range of records, click and drag the mouse to highlight those records. Scrolling through the records can be done using the pan cursor. The original view can always be restored with the Reset button. The Data View tab can be used to view the currently graphed records as raw data. This is also where any error or status messages will be displayed. The BT-1 and some other devices support recording a new record on demand with the trigger button. And finally, the currently displayed records can be exported to a CSV file, which can be loaded into Excel or most other spreadsheet software.